This was billed by some as the Hackett Bowl. Nathaniel Hackett, Denver's head coach last year, now the Jets offensive coordinator. We told you about Sean Payton's comments over the summer, calling it one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. And Nathaniel Hackett downplayed that all week, but you know this feels sweet.
Oh, he's loving this. You can see it. You see the side of his face if he turns again. He's got that oil right there on the side of his face where he's hugging everybody. I think that was from Mekhi Becton, and we gave a big bear hug to.
Go.
Yeah, I think for him, it's the first time you really let it sink in, too. You know, it's probably been stored somewhere in the back of his head. He didn't really want to talk about it. Was probably focusing on the X's and O's and how to put his guys in position to win this game. And now with the game in hand, the relief he does have to feel and how proud he is of the guys, because he mentioned that to us. You know, that the reason he does this is for the guys in that locker room to be able to celebrate with those guys after a win like today. That's got to be special for him.
Enjoy this! Enjoy this victory lap! And slow down and enjoy it!
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Let me repeat that. The more things change, the more they stay the same. This organization is a fucking embarrassment, man. From the top down. I'm going to start of a recap of history over the past 7-8 years for you people. You know, Elway has completely ruined this franchise. And let's go back to when Adam Peters left. Because Adam Peters and Pat Bowlen and Wade Phillips and all those great minds up there were essential to Super Bowl 50. The drafting of Malik Jackson, the drafting of Kayvon Webster, the drafting of great depth for that team. You know, Wade Phillips coming in, just taking that defense to another level. Pat Bowlen restricting Elway from getting Vance Joseph and bringing in Wade Phillips, putting a leash on Elway. And who had Peyton Manning sign on the dotted line? It wasn't Elway, it was Pat Bowlen. Go look at Peyton Manning's opening press conference in Denver. He said Pat Bowlen was the reason he came to Denver, not Elway. And then what happened after Super Bowl 50? It just went downhill from there. You had Pat Bowlen unfortunately pass away and couldn't run the day-to-day operations. You had Elway getting rid of a bunch of Pat Bowlen people and bringing in yes men to replace Adam Peters and his staff. And people really don't understand that, and that's why I'm showing you guys this on this video here. I mean, the people that you see on this list currently are still in that front office. And they have been guys like Brian Stark, Daryl Mugie, people like that, Patrick Smythe, guys like that are a cancer to this organization. They just are. You know, you're not going to hear that anywhere else except for the Bucket Man here, the Bubble Man, and Denver Broncos Mile High. But you're not going to get that anywhere else. And yes, you can have the Walmart General fans say, "Oh, we already knew that. This, that, and the third." That again, you guys can say that all you want, but you guys still cheerled that shit. You cheerleaded the Garrett Bowles draft pick, the Jerry Jeudy draft pick, the Juwan James signing, the Mike McGlinchey signing, the Menelik Watson signing, the Ron O'Leary signing, the Josie Jewell draft pick, the Alex Singleton signing, the Randy Gregory signing, the Justin Simmons draft pick. You guys cheerled all that. And what are you guys doing now? You guys are saying get rid of the players because that's going to solve the issue. No. No, you have to get rid of that front office. I agree. The player personnel on this team absolutely sucks. And the people that I brought up and the people that are on that trade block right now, supposedly, are John Elway players. So I have to take that, and hopefully that's a sign of something to come. But again, nothing's going to change until you get people from that front office that are part of Elway out of there. You need to completely blow up that front office. And you know what? You guys can also blame George Payton all you want. But George Payton didn't have the control like most GMs do around the league, like a Howie Roseman, like the Pittsburgh Steelers GM, like the Chiefs GM. He didn't have that type of say. He wanted to go get Dan Quinn. But who tapped him on the shoulder? It was Elway. He was so hell-bent on trying to get Aaron Rodgers, Elway was. That's why he brought in one of his better friends, Nathaniel Hackett. And what did Rodgers say? No, I'm not coming to Denver. And they panicked so hard that they gave up all their young talent and draft capital to the Seattle Seahawks, who fleeced the Denver Broncos in probably the worst trade in NFL history for the Denver Broncos, but benefited Seattle more. And you also have Sean Payton, who basically said to Zach Stevens at DNVR, "Oh, Elway has an office right down the hall." How stupid can you be to not see the obvious? And you know what? The three of us, myself, Chopped Liver, and the Bubble Man, we didn't need Sean Payton's admission to tell us that John Elway had an office. I mean, we saw the player personnel moves. We saw the shelling out of all that money. We saw the draft. I mean, we understood that, oh, Elway's still there. You need to get rid of these people. I mean, if getting rid of Vance Joseph and getting rid of all these players is going to solve your problem, it's not. It's not. You need a GM and a coach and a scouting department and a management that are in lockstep. And you go to the Denver Broncos staff members, most of it's marketing. They care about the product off the field more than on the field, in my opinion. They care about shopping centers. They care about malls. They care about a new scoreboard. They care about a new stadium. They don't care about the product on the field. They don't. But you guys already knew that the front office and scouting department was not very good. But you guys still cheerleaded that shit. Cheerlead that, right? I challenge every Walmart General fan to show me a Bronco content creator out there outside of show me a Bronco content creator that has talked about the front office. Not George Payton, the front office. Because the three people that have lived apparently in their mother's basements that don't get paid for this at all, that get shadow banned, that get removed off of message boards, that get their videos removed, that get death threatened left and right. The three people that don't get paid by Dove Valley, they have been right. 99.9% of the time we're right. Because if you actually open your eyes and accept reality and see what's really going on, it's not hard to see what this organization is going to do next or what they are right now. They're not the Denver Broncos, they're the Walmart Generals. This isn't the Denver Broncos that I grew up watching. That the mission statement that Pat Bowlen put forth and put in place. This isn't that. This is the polar opposite of that. And these owners, and I was the only person out there saying, I don't trust this ownership. You have too many talking heads and you have too many cooks in the kitchen up there. You need to get rid of a majority of those people up there. Because, I mean, you getting all these answers from everybody, I mean, you need to have one singular vision as a franchise. What are you going to be? What are you going to be? What are you going to be known as? You going to be known as coach killers in the building, or are you going to be known as a organic, stable organization that players and coaches want to flock to, like they were doing under Pat Bowlen? I mean, I get tired of telling you guys this over and over, and you guys still just turn a blind eye to it. You guys would rather go listen to Bronco content creators that say, oh, if we just get rid of the player personnel when we fire Vance Joseph, that is going to solve all of our issues. No, it's not. You need to blow up that front office, and you need to blow up that player personnel, and you need to blow up that team management up there. It starts from the top down. You'll have these Walmart General fans that will tell you otherwise, but no, it always starts from the top down. And who brought in Vance Joseph? That's another discussion to be had. Who brought in Vance Joseph? Who had to direct the line to Vance Joseph? Elway did. And if this defense was so great, and we told you guys this during the offseason, if this defense was so great, then why did Ejiro run to and flock to Carolina, who is an 0-5 dumpster fire right now? Well, he was a Nathaniel Hackett guy. Then why didn't he go with Hackett to New York? Nathaniel Hackett was just a microcosm of what this organization is. He was just a microcosm of it. And I am so happy that Hackett and the Jets won that game, because it just signifies it even more that this franchise are only into coach killing and the product off the field. They don't care about the product on the field. That's just the reality of the situation. So, like I said, you guys can blame the player personnel, who drafted those players, who drafted the Jerry Judys, who drafted the Garrett Bowles, who brought in the McGlincheys, the Watsons, the James, who brought in those players, the Simmons, who brought in those players? The front office. The players didn't bring themselves. The front office did. And that is the nucleus in which this organization needs to blow it up. So, I will put the article in the description below, and I will also try and find the YouTube video of Sean Payton saying that John Elway has an office right down the hall. And I just want to leave you guys with this. You guys can call me a fake fan and a bandwagon fan all you want. But I am telling you right now, go look at what Adam Peters has done for the player personnel up there at San Francisco. And it's just an example. And look, and you guys can provide me all the stats that Russell Wilson has better numbers than Patrick Mahomes. But is Patrick Mahomes on the Denver Broncos or on the Kansas City Chiefs? And is he on a better 53-man roster and a more stable organization than Russell Wilson is? You got to look at that. Stats with context matter. But to circle back to Adam Peters, you guys don't really understand how important he was to Pat Bowlen in this franchise. You guys just don't. You guys don't understand the Adam Peters effect of the scouts that he had there, all the above. It's more than just the player personnel. It's what systems you are committed to running. It's what what you want to be, and in what organization you want to be, and what front office you want to be. You want to be a laughing stock like the current regime? Or do you want to be like the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, that just supplement player personnel, supplement identity, supplement systematical identity? That's something that you guys need to think about. Not just blowing up player personnel. That front office needs to go. Guys like Brian Stark, Daryl Mugie, guys like that. Those are just examples. Patrick Smythe. Those are just 3 examples, and there's a plethora of other players. Or my apologies, plethora of other personnel up there that need to get personnel staff that they need to get rid of. So we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks. Again, It doesn't surprise me that this is what we're seeing. It really doesn't. But I just wanted to give you guys this quick video and show you guys that there's a much bigger problem at play here than just the players that are rumored to get traded and rumored to move on here.